Alright, YouTube, I figured I might as well go ahead and show this. This is my Rainbow SE. This was actually a trash find. And I've already got some water in it and stuff for the demonstration. Well, phone cord's a bit short. But I've already got some water in here. The container's a bit cruddy, but it's not muddy like they get and all. But the way I'm going to show this is I've got a Electrolux power head set up on the tube. It's all I could use right now, since even though I got the original power head, it's unusable. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the motor unit on the basin. It just clips on there, as a lot of us already know, but for those who don't know, you got these two clips that hold the motor unit on the basin. Sorry, I bumped the camera. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and set it up. I'm sorry if I'm moving around a lot and stuff. And of course, we all know with canisters, their power heads don't allow the wand to stay up. They're not like some of the newer canisters where the power head actually has a handle release pedal. But anyway, yeah, I've already got water in it, as I showed. And if you're wondering why there's a Hoover Elite dusting brush and a Hoover Rewind or whatever turbo tool on it, it's because I was using it today for my deep clean. Yes, I use this for a deep clean most of the time. And in case some of y'all are wondering what power head this has the newer one originally. I can't use it for anything because the brush roll, I have the brush roll, but it's useless because one of the ends is, the bearing is seized up, rusted, and the end cap is melted. So we're gonna go ahead and plug this in, and I'm gonna have to set the camera down because I'm pretty sure my phone is not charged enough to make the video without the charger. Oh, and one more thing. The neat thing about Rainbows that I've noticed on, well, the SE anyway, is the quick release cord hook on the caddy. So I'm going to go ahead and get this plugged in and we'll run it. I will make an update video with the original power head, but that'll be when I can get parts for it. Move this unit out of the way. We'll clean this rug. And a neat thing about the power head hose is the trigger for turning on the nozzle. At least that's, to my knowledge, common on the newer ones, and this is in fact a newer SE. So here we go. screwed. If I run out of power, it's my fault. You can take this over the commercial grade carpet. And of course, since they're unoriginal, they fly around on the caddy. The attachments. Get it over the cord. Move my brother's shit out of the way. That ant poison is not his. This gas can, air compressor, these are mine. I'm gonna clean this up. Ah, fuck his stuff. And there we go. And if you hear it kind of sounding rough, that's because the top is kind of rattling. So anyway, and this, yeah, I hate these older power nozzle things. This is kind of rusty. It was hooked up when I got it, and it was probably left with water in it for a while, and they just never bothered to empty it. At least it's a plastic water basin. Otherwise, it would have rusted to pieces and stuff. Because, well, older rainbows would have a... Well, actually, they weren't called rainbows. They were called just Rexair. Rexair is the company that makes these, for those who don't know. And, well, there are much older units that were called Rexair. Just Rexair had a metal water bin, and if you left them with water in them, they would, of course, rust because they were metal, not stainless steel. So, yeah. And, well, you know the rest. A good example is one of General One's Rexair Model Bs. If you've seen his first Rexair Model B, you would know what I mean. Because he showed the thing and the water basin was rusted out at the bottom and everything. But anyway, let's look at the water. Gross. Rainbows usually do make water look much worse than it usually dust when it is mixed with water makes it look worse than it really is. But I've seen what this thing can do. One of my deep cleans involved cleaning all of my furniture and upholstery, and it looked a lot worse than this. And my recent cleaning of my bed and other upholstery, it more than likely was not helping that I cleaned the dog bed with it. Hence the Hoover turbo brush. And yeah, of course it looked horrible. You couldn't see through the water at all. Like, let's get it up on the lighter color carpet. Well, that didn't really help, but we can see down in there, you can kind of see through the water basin a little bit. So yeah, this is not as bad as it has been. Like when I first used the thing, I cleaned my bed using that turbo brush, and it was black. I had went over it with the Dirt Devil handheld. I went over it with the Kirby, with the zip brush. I had went over it with the Filter Queen, with the power head on it. And it was still horrible. Yeah, you definitely want to vacuum your bed as often as you can. Heck, even change your mattress or steam clean it with a carpet cleaner or whatever, because what you can sleep on is horrifying. I mean, sure, like I said, the rainbow water basin, or when mixed with water, it definitely looks worse than it is. But still, this made me surprised that there was not a skull and crossbones effect emerging from the water. I will empty this after the video because I don't want to gross anyone out more than I probably already have. Oh, and if you're wondering, these are spring-loaded, so they make for easy removal. Oh, and by the way, I know some people think that these don't really filter as well as people think, but if you can see down in there, that right there is kind of submerged. That doesn't affect the airflow or anything. So don't worry. I'm probably going to cut this off and show the water basin without water in it. So stay tuned. Well, it's going to be combined in another video. Or actually, I think I got a bucket in here that I could dump this in. Hoover carpet cleaner recovery tank will do. Well, it's going to have to do because, well, this video I know is getting pretty long, so I'm going to cut it off here shortly. But I just want to show this. I know a lot of us already know about the rainbow, but I'm going to show it anyway for new viewers who don't know about rainbow. I'm going to do that off film. Sorry, it's in the shot. I've had to touch worse. I'm gonna go ahead and cover up the shame water, or the carpet shame. Anyway, the interesting thing that I found, it's interesting to me, is a lot of the old units you had to kind of measure the water because of course you don't want to fill this up too much, is this little pin right here. You fill your water up to the top of that pin. This is for those who don't know. And then you're ready to go. Just put your unit up on the water basin and you're ready to go. But yeah, down there where you kind of see this, well, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that. No. As you can kind of see my fingers, yeah, that goes down in the water. This does not just have it going like into the water basin. It actually goes down in the water. So those who don't think rainbows are as good as they say they are, and you watch this, they do filter air a lot better than, for example, a Dyson, Bissell, like that one. Yeah, honestly, I'd actually rather have to empty the evil water from a rainbow than have to bother cleaning a cyclone, because that rough clean that I did with the Dyson, it was a bit much. So, I mean, I'm not going to use this on rough cleans because, for starters, there's usually no power. And second, it would be a lot harder to clean out. The things I usually use I will normally be using this on is deep cleans. Because, you know, deep clean, you want to do a lot of detail. With this, you either get your, like, we're going to put it back together here. It's not hard to put it together. Because as I said, these are spring-loaded. They come off with these. They're easy to assemble, so don't worry about it too much. Like, you got your hose connected, your floor hose, or yes, there is a second hose. It doesn't have the switch grip. It's just a straight handle, like Electrolux, for example, the old Electrolux units. So yeah, you're using it for your hard floors or your carpeting, and you need to go up to higher points. Just reach down here, grab your crevice tool. This actually did have a rainbow crevice tool. Just grab your crevice tool, your dusting brush, upholstery tool. Well, this says dusting brush, upholstery tool, or your floor tool as it says here, or even a turbo tool if your unit comes with it. Usually, some units would have a rainbow mate, which is a mini power head, and stuff. So yeah, you have all your attachments right here unless they fall off. And one more thing. Now, I know this is something I'm pretty sure a lot of people forget to do. Take all the attachments off since they're going to fall off anyway. Well, yeah. Anyway, this isn't as heavy as it seems. This separator, it comes off pretty easily. Usually you could just get it off with a crescent wrench or a flathead screwdriver. Well, that's a bit dirty. But yeah, you could usually get it off with your hands or whatever. But this clearly says remove and clean after each use. So a lot of people forget to clean this, and when I got it, this was caked with like sawdust or drywall dust. So I had to really clean it out. I had to get the air compressor, my air compressor, and I had to clean this whole thing. As we can see, there is some stuff up here around the separator, but that's just like the splash. As we can see, it's wet. It's not as gross as it seems. I can just clean it off with this little centerpiece of a buffing tool or buffing pad. Yeah, it's not as gross as it seems because, well, it's wet hair and fuzz. But yeah, these are easy to clean. So, yeah, a lot of people make it out to be a pain, but they're not. But it's not. It's just certain people who are lazy. Anyway, there's the Rainbow SE. I hope y'all enjoyed it and my discussion. I will do an update video without the Electrolux head. And as soon as I can get the brush roll or bearing, I'm going to get this fixed up. Like, I have the brush roll. It's right here. As we can see, that is pretty rusty. And I cannot turn it. You can probably see my thumbnail turning a different shade, showing that I am applying pressure and it's not turning. Whereas this one, well, it does turn with ease, otherwise it would have been melted too. So yeah, this really must have been stored in a wet area. And this, underneath of it, was pretty bad dirty. So yeah. And these wheels, well, they were harder to turn. So, I mean, this does work. It does work and everything. It just needs to be serviced. I'm going to put the belt in the belt storage. I mean, that's really what that is. It's just a pain because the belt is stretched out. Because it was the belt that was on it. I'm not going to bother putting that brush roll back in because it doesn't work. I either need to get a new bearing, an end cap, which would probably be a bit cheaper. I don't know. Or a new brush roll. I mean, it would maybe be cheaper. I don't know. I haven't been to order parts. I know this video is getting pretty long, so I'm just gonna put this back together. And in the video with, I have only had this, well, I had only had this for a little bit, and after seeing what it could do, I love it. So yeah, there's the first Rainbow featured on the channel. Well, I've mentioned it before a couple times. And even though it was with a different power head, it allowed it to groom pretty good. I mean, that's Electrolux power nozzle, but I'm pretty sure the original power head would groom even better because, well, seeing what this brush roll has, it has these brush stiffeners on the brush strips. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure this could do a really good job. So anyway, tell me how you'll like the Rainbow and my opinion and overview of it. And tell me what y'all want to see in the future. I'm sorry I haven't gotten to many requests. I got to dig through storage. And tell me what y'all want to see next in the meantime. And I will see what I can do, how I can do it, and when I can do it. Visit my website. Link is in the About section. It's free to sign up, free to post, and always will be. And until next time, bye.